Hello, I am thrilled to be here with Stephanie Valence, a realtor with John L. Scott. I've had the privilege of working with Stephanie many times, and I'm so impressed by her. While real estate may technically be a sales job, nothing about Stephanie, her presence reads salesy. So I just love how genuine and real she is. She's got a super disarming way about her, and she has this amazing gift of making people feel comfortable very quickly. Beyond this, she's an extremely hard worker. So while she's super friendly and kind, she absolutely goes to bat for her people. So, Stephanie, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Andrea. Oh my gosh, such beautiful words. And as much as I don't like to preach on myself, I think you hit it. So thank you. It means a lot to me that what I'm trying to put out is recognized too.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ask you some questions, but if you had to name one superpower with regard to your real estate, what would that be?
Gosh, I want to say two, but I've been told that my patience is paramount. Um, I whatever that looks like for you, if you need extra hand holding, extra explanations, a time away from kind of like a stuffy office environment to discuss things, I'm happy to, hey, let's go for a little walk, let's go grab a cup of coffee or something and we'll figure this out. It doesn't need to we're not stressing today. We don't need to stress about it. We'll get it figured out.
Yes, that has been my experience of you. You said you were tempted by a second one. What would your second one be?
So actually, a colleague in my office had brought up my superpowers because I was having a really bad day. And she was like, girl, just remember your superpowers, patience and communication. And I think I'm an over communicator sometimes, but I would much rather somebody say, well, you sent me that and I don't really need it, but better than to have them reach out to me and ask for more information.
In conversations you and I have had, you've disclosed you love helping buyers of all kinds, whether that's move up buyers or folks who are downsizing. You like helping investors, but one area in particular you love is helping first time home buyers. So I'd love to know, what is it exactly that you love so much about helping first time buyers?
Yeah, I think it goes back to, starting something new. When somebody gets super excited about starting something new or meeting a new goal, they get all starry eyed and you just like it feels really good. And I always just love being a part of that. Like something that feels good and is exciting and is new and, just kind of makes you tingly all over.
What would you say makes this group different from the other type of buyers?
Yeah. So again, like I love working with all buyers, but in particular, when you meet somebody who's gone through the process before, whether it was good or bad, they have some past experience. And every realtor and every process is going to be different. But maybe that's why I like working with first time home buyers because it's fresh, right? You have nobody else to compare it to and, I'm setting my own standard, so it goes the way that I want it to. And hopefully I'm checking all the boxes, making you feel all the good things, keeping up on my communication and making sure you're just completely in the know.
Can you share a moment when you realized how impactful your work is for someone buying their first home?
Yeah. So one of my first clients was this sweet young family. They had two little girls. I think they were about 8 and 4 or something like that. And we met in the office to sign some documents. And the two little girls thought that they were moving into the office as their home. And they immediately like took a liking to me and they're like, we get to live here with her. And just being able to kind of like make them so happy. And it was like beyond their expectations, right? They were blown away by the thought that they were going to live there with me. It was so silly, but especially through a kid's eyes, it's like, it's just magical.
And then you dashed their dreams by letting them know that you weren't actually gonna be their roommate.
I am still, I would say, like a nice instrumental piece in their life. I check in on birthdays and around the holidays, and actually, they're just getting ready to celebrate their home anniversary. So I will be dropping off pumpkins on their doorstep, just as I did to welcome them home for the first time. So I'm super excited to still be very much involved in their lives.
I love that. What would you say is one of the most rewarding things about helping someone buy their first home?
Gosh, just that moment of like meeting your goal, right? Because I never give up, right? We're going to get you there, even if it takes 30 days or 30 years. I'm relentless and stubborn. So I will get you there on your own time. And yeah, just when you finally get to check that box of I wanted to buy my first house and I met my goal, done. Super exciting. I'm happy. I'm so excited to be a part of that. So,
That is awesome. It's funny because I think you use the word stubborn, and I don't think that stubborn is often used as, like, a positive attribute, but in your case, I think it is a total positive. Like, you don't give up, you keep finding. If there's a way, you're gonna figure it out. So, kind of like I said in my intro of you, I mean, I know this to be true of you, that you will 100% fight for your people and you will not give up.
yeah, I like to also think of myself as an out of the box thinker too. So, stubborn. It all goes hand in hand, right? I'm not giving up. If that's your goal, I'm going to help you. We're going to get this
Yes,
house.
yes. What are some common misconceptions that first-time buyers have?
Probably the biggest one and the biggest hurdle for folks is that the mortgage is going to be more than renting, right? Because maybe at one point back in the day that was true, but I don't think so much anymore. Right now it seems like you're neck and neck. And then with the tax benefits, with the fact that you own your own four walls, you're making an imprint, you're making it your own, not to mention the equity several years from now when you're ready to move on to your next home or not, right? Stay in that home forever and then pass that equity along to your children or somebody else in your family that you love, right?
Something that I tell people is you're paying a mortgage. It mightn't be yours. So you're paying a mortgage one way or the other. So it may as well be yours, right?
Exactly.
So how do you educate your clients through the process? So say they come to you, they're in the preliminary phase, they're just considering buying a house. But yeah, how walk me through how you educate them throughout.
Yeah. So one of the biggest things, right, in today's day and age with buying a home, you need to be pre-qualified, right? Not everybody just has extra cash lying around. You're most likely going to need to work with a lender. So that's where I try to start. I send them to Andrea as one of my preferred lenders. And let's figure out what your buying power is. Again, I mentioned, right, maybe it's not the right time for you. Well, I'm certainly not going to start showing you houses, unfortunately. If you can't afford to buy where you want to buy or, in the price range that you want to buy. But usually my trusted lender will set you up with a plan, some steps to put into action so that you can get there, right? Again, we're always working towards that goal, whether it takes a couple days, couple months, couple years.
What's one piece of advice you wish every first-time buyer knew before starting?
Just go for it. Seriously, it's so simple and easy. I know when you sit down with somebody that you don't know and you start talking finances, right? You might as well be taking your clothes off, right? It's super uncomfortable. But just go for it. They're there to help you. They're not there to shame you. What have you got to lose?
I couldn't agree more. I think there is this fear of maybe rejection. There's this fear of what if I'm not actually ready? But I think that it's better to come up with a plan now, and rip off the Band-Aid. Let's just see exactly where things are at. And if you're not ready at this exact point in time, no sweat. We'll come up with a path to get you to where you want to go.
Exactly.
So you're in Southern Oregon. You serve Ashland, Medford, Talent, White City, Eagle Point. Do you serve Grants Pass? How far out do you go?
For us, yeah, I do. What I would consider Grants Pass part of the Rogue Valley, Jackson County. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay, so then what's the current market like in the area that you serve?
I think it's always popular. People love the Rogue Valley, big retiree community. We've got a lot of people commuting here or moving here, relocating for the arts and culture. Ashland is just always, especially staying current with the university there as well. Folks buy investment properties for their students, rentals, things like that. We're just always hopping over here.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular you've noticed, specifically geared towards first-time home buyers? Like, is there a certain challenge that first-time home buyers are having to navigate in our market?
Yeah, so maybe your first home isn't in Ashland. Maybe it's in Central Point or Medford, things like that. I know a lot of people relocate to the area and they're super excited to be in Ashland. Well, Ashland has just a little bit of a higher starting price point, and that's okay, right? Like Talent, Phoenix, Medford, just as great, really short commute. Yeah, helps you get your foot in the door, work your way up.
I think that's such a sound piece of advice. I think sometimes people go in thinking that they want their forever home, but it's so important to think about building slowly instead. Maybe your first home it's like a launching pad for your next home. So if someone wants to be in Ashland, Ashland does have a slightly higher price point, but gosh, Talent is just our neighboring town, and it has a slightly more affordable, like, entry level price. So
Absolutely.
maybe someone starts in Talent and then they live there for 3, 5 years, whatever it is, and then they sell, and then they buy their place in Ashland. So I love that, just that reminder of it doesn't have to be your forever home that you're investing in right out of the gates.
Exactly.
What is the best way for someone to reach out to you, if they're thinking about buying their first home?
Oh my goodness. Call me, text me, email me. I'm super available. Stop by my office in downtown Ashland. Yeah, just I'm on Instagram. Just get in touch. All
Awesome.
the ways, all the classic ways.
Yes. Do you have any final words of encouragement for our first-time home buyers who might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed?
Yeah, you got this. Like I said, we're here to help you meet your goals, whether that's a month from now or a few years from now. I'm happy to work with you, show you my process and work with you to make your dream a reality.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Stephanie. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat. I just adore you. And I know that you serve your clients so well. So, for anyone who needs an amazing realtor to be on their side, get in touch with Stephanie. Thanks.
Thanks, Andrea. I appreciate you.